Right, let's start that again. Thank you, Ali. Welcome to Lazy Mini Painting. And I should have sound now. I'm Laz, the complete moron who can't even turn his frigging mic on. And also the person sat in front of the camera. Hey up, Graham. How are you doing? Thank you, Northern. Thank you very much. Hope you're doing well, mate. I hope the missus didn't shout at you too much for being too late. So I realised I should have planned some more with this Ork stage, and because I didn't, I'm going to paint some Orks so I can actually plan some of the Ork stage properly, hopefully. So I'm going to start with a nice number 1 size brush because it does well for pretty much everything. And I've got my green, and I don't use normal green, do I? I use Death Guard green because I'm bloody weird. Yes, you can hear me. You can hear me now. It's bloody working. I realise I've got all the curtains and everything open behind me and don't even change any of them, but sod it. I'm already started now. Don't really matter, does it? So we've got Graham, we've got Ali, and we've got North. Thank you all three of you for coming in. I don't know if you've got anyone, I don't know who's in what. I don't think Sparkles is going to let me go back anytime soon. Because obviously, there's lots of things I can spend money on in that shop. As you noticed as we was walking around, I was getting excited about far too many things, and I had to keep shouting at myself and telling myself, no, I'm here for this, I'm here for certain things. And even then I ended up getting extra things that I wasn't originally planning to, because they had stuff behind the counter that I wanted to get for Mini Laz. And speaking of which, oh my bloody god, my son has just the most ridiculous luck when it comes to pulling Pokemon cards. It is. Oh, just for the company? No, that'll be fine. No, I could come just for the company, but yeah, I don't think she's going to let me spend any more money. But yeah, as I said, that tin that I picked up a tin for Pokemon cards, and it had the title card on it, which was Mega Charizard EX. Big, powerful card. And it was guaranteed you get one of these in the thingy, but you get 4 booster packs. And what does he pull out of one of the booster packs? The other art version for the same bleeding card. So you got 2 of them. 2 Mega Charizard XEX. However bloody long the name is. You got 2 of the damn things out of one. But oh my god. Think who's having you on? I'm not having anyone. Me have anyone on? It's not like me, that is it, Graham? Anyway, right. Orks. We're Orks. We're the Orks. The S-I-R... What? Oh. I don't know what it was. What's the S-I-R-I? Brain's not working, just in case you're wondering. Brain's not working even less than usual, which I know some of you are actually quite worried about that. Good evening, Francois. His frat. No, I'm lost. Right, I'm going to have to go try to find it. Right. What's talking and what's going on? That's not going on in there. That's going on in the... Right now this is confusing because some of this is going on in the portrait mode and some of this is happening in the thingy one, and now I'm lost. I'm glad you lot know where you're up to because I haven't got a ringing clue. Yes, we have audio. We should have had audio for a while now. We should have had... I've done the re-intro and everything. We should have had audio for a bit. So, back to greenskins. Or should I say, she'll start on greenskins. And that starts with painting them all Death Guard green. Because my greenskins are not Ork green. My greenskins are Death Guard green. Because I prefer that shade of green. Seeing it's good audio at that. Because we do know if I have bad audio, Francois will let me know. Which is a good thing, because then I know if I've got bad audio or not. And I know me looking away from the microphone doesn't help, and the fact that it's moved again doesn't help either. But I have to keep moving it, because occasionally other people want to use the PC and use the monitor, and they don't like having cameras and microphones in the way of the screen. So I've had to move it so other people can actually use it again. Mainly so I could show things off to the mother-in-law the other night. But still, I had to move them out of the way. And for some reason, now that I've swung it back into place, the microphone's further that way, and I'm not sure why. You're putting washing out. It's 20 to 10 at night. No, you're doing putting washing out. Unless you mean putting washing in the dryer, which I can understand, but putting washing out? No, at this time. Are you mental? Well, yeah, I can answer that question. Yes, you are. But I didn't think you were mental in that way. I thought you were just mental in the normal way. But apparently, no, you are nuts in multiple ways. I wouldn't be putting no, not a chance would I be putting washing outside now. No chance in Nora. No chance. It might be raining here. He is a few miles away, so it might not be the same exact weather. So it's possible that we're getting hit by one cloud and he's not getting hit by it. Sparkles was wondering if, out, or in the, wow. I would not be putting washing out to dry now. Maybe because it's just too late. I'll be bringing it back in about 20 minutes, because the damp air's just not going to help it dry. Get on camera, lads, because you're not on camera again, because you're an idiot. You keep forgetting these things, like cameras are static and your arms aren't. Well, sometimes my arms aren't. And sometimes my arms are static, and that's not very good. We don't want that. So pick out all the bits that are going to be greeny skin. And as these are going to be flesh kits, it's going to be yellow. I'm getting to dinks on my phone now. Don't know who they're off. No idea who they're off, because while I've got this open on the PC, Discord won't disturb me. And my phone's all the way over there, so. If you're sending me messages on Discord, I am sorry, I have not got a clue about it at this moment in time. No idea. See, normally if I have my phone up, so I've got the portrait chat available in case for some reason it drops it from here, and I'm not sure why it does drop it from here. But I usually have it, but I've not set it up this time because I'm a blithering idiot. I didn't even manage to turn my bloody microphone on. At least I managed to turn my camera on. I did remember to turn my camera on because when I turned Streamlabs on, it still had the end credits rolling. So, and I still need to edit that because there's loads of people I need to put on it now. I mean, Northern, you need to go on there. Francois, you need to go on there. Mason S needs to go on there. Olmouth definitely needs to go on there. And a few others. So I do need to start editing that, which means I need to get back in touch with Twisted to find out which program he used to do it in the first place. Or Buzzer's got to pop in and go, no, don't bother with that, lads. I'll help you. I'll talk you through it. And then I'll do it myself instead. And Buzzer's going to sit there and get really, really frustrated because I can't follow basic instructions. It's true, I can't. I do a little bit clicky just to find out if that makes a difference on my chat. I don't think it does, but I'm going to clicky anyway because chat's gone and then just stopped. So I want to make sure it's not something I've clicked when I shouldn't have. not saying you all have to chat, it's just rather jarring when it comes firing through pretty quickly and then just stops all of a sudden. Because I don't have the viewer counter up anymore, so quite possibly you could have all just left me. Please don't leave me. In fact, it's more Sparkles, I should be saying that too, isn't it? Yeah. Right, so we have a greeny skin on the greeny skinny areas. And his big dagger gun. Look at the size of that dagger. Look. That's how you know he's definitely prepared for an actual fight. He's got his stabby stick and he's got his dagger. And he's got a mic that just doesn't seem to be right. Not going to argue with him. He's the big Ork. He can have the microphone that way around if he wants. I'm not going to stop him. I am going to go find out what all that beepy is and then turn it on to mute. Where's it gone? Who's had it? Nope, that's the wallet. Don't want to be leaving that in Northern's car again. Where's the beeping? There's the beeping machine. I found the beeping machine. Also known as a mobile telephone. I am live. Thank you very much for telling me. He's told me I'm live. It's nice like that, isn't it? Oh, where's the bloody lead gun? There it is. I found it. It's not lost no more. Right, now I can double check to make sure I'm actually getting words. Sounds odd, I know, but make sure I'm getting words. So we need to find out if Northern's gone to the dryer or if he's actually gone outside. Like an absolute lunatic. I'm going to need more green paint because I've got 3 more orcs. Obviously I've got the bassist, the drummer and the guitarist to do. And they all are slightly different than each other. Some require more green than others. Some are going to require a lot more yellow than others. For instance, the drummer's going to require a lot of yellow because he's got enough. See? Drink. Not as refreshing as other drinks, but it's nice. And it's full of niceness. So we're going to come in and go for the bassist next. Who's got a mostly metal head. So it shouldn't be too difficult for him. I don't know whether or not I should try and think of another name for him rather than the bassist, because bassist, guitarist, drummer, singer, they might be words that orcs don't know. So he might be the dum 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 guy, where the other one's a ding 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 guy. And the other one's the bing bang boom guy, or the boom 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 guy. And then the other one's the one that goes, whoa! See? So he might be ding ding, doom doom, bang bang, and wah. And not wah. The whoa. See? Difference. Big difference. One of them's a little baby that's crying, and the other one's an orc that's about to run up and rip your face off. Personally, I'd prefer the child that's whinging, because it hurts less. But then again, having the orc, which isn't a real thing, might be the better option. Oh, my head's just doing things at the minute. I don't know either. Yes, it's me being weird again. Like that's something new. But, yeah, I could do another trip to Element. Yeah, it is tempting. It is very tempting. I'm just going to have to make sure I don't take money with me. Because if I can make sure I don't take money with me, then I can't spend it. That's... I made an dehumidifier. That'll work though. That'll work. It'll suck all the moisture out of your clothes, including some of the moisture you actually want to keep in there. I did a silly thing years and years ago. I used a dehumidifier and an air fan, and my socks ended up crispy cardboard that they snapped. It took all the moisture out. There was no moisture at all left. Which was very interesting to say the least. Let's get his face in, so I know which bits of his face here need doing green. Because as I said, he has got a lot of metal pieces on his face as this one. He's even got a couple of bolts sticking out of his chin as well, which doesn't help. They're a bit finicky to get. Down the side of his face there as well isn't fun. Good evening, Twisted. Yeah, I know you told me what you've got to do with that thing, and bugger to that. Nope, thank you. If I could do it by a USB lead, I would do, but obviously you can't at the moment. So you're going to have to do it the really fun way of Dropbox and basically the cloud in some way, shape or form. So you have my sympathies, and I also wish you good luck. Oh no, that's muscular. That's muscles under there. That's muscles. So all this one's doing green as well. Ooh, I didn't spot that. I didn't realise that. So they're almost shirtless a lot of the time. Except for whatever this big thing is here, and the trousers and the big bit at the front. They're mostly shirtless. Models, small game. You're going to have to walk me through the game. It's been that long since I've played. And we need a points idea. How many points are we using? 500, 750, 1,000? Oh, well, I'll have you a game. Bear in mind, though, I have ADHD, so I will be that type of person who will watch everything you do like a hawk. But I'm just as bad with me. I watch everything I do like a hawk, and as though I was my opponent. So, just fair warning first. But yeah, I'll have a game. Not a game for ages. Yeah, I'll chuck some dice. Yeah, woo! Hopefully not at people. They'll throw us out if I do that. But if I just take a dice tray, I should be alright. And I don't have to take tables or scenery or anything, do I? Because they've got it all. I wonder if they'll let me take my boom arm and my camera. Basically, if I take this camera, because it's got a memory card in it, I wonder if they'll let me, like, clamp it to the table and just hit record. That'll be nice. Obviously, I'll need your approval on that as well, Northern. I can't just do it on my own. So between the two of us, we'll find some way to hook up 10th edition, even more than it already is. Fine by me. I'm a very simple player. If you want to just go, right, we're going to put an objective marker, one of them in the middle, and then it's hold that and kill. Yeah, I'll do that. It's my favourite type of game. What? We fight over the middle. Not great tactically, because you're fighting over the middle. But not completely devoid of tactics either, because, yeah, you have to fight over the middle. It's not that you can go, oh, I'm going to score cheeky little objectives by buggering off over into that side of the corner where you've got no one to score behind enemy lines. It's like, no, if you don't get the middle, you ain't scoring. Yeah. Or King of the Hill, or however you want to call it. Right. Now, although he's got a claw there, he does actually have a hand underneath here. So we do have to pay his hand in. So, fine, you decide on a points total, Northern, and obviously, as you said, after payday, meet you at the same place with a little box of models. I mean, if depending on your points total, you may end up, I don't know which army I'll fate, because if you choose a small enough points total, I can choose any of my armies. But if you choose a big points total, then I can't. Night, Ali, you have a wonderful time. Is Lee in? I didn't notice Lee pop in. I didn't notice Lee, but okay. You have a nice night's sleep anyway, because you've got work tomorrow. I've not got work tomorrow. I don't work, but you've got work tomorrow. So technically, this is the closest thing I do to work. And that's because one person pays me a Patreon thing a month. Yes, that's all I have. I have one person on my Patreon. Speaking of which, I do need to organise the one-to-ones for that. One-to-ones. There's two people at the moment who will get to do it this month. But one of those people drops in and out as they do and can, which is perfectly fine. Don't. It's not a criticism. It's just the actual what it is. So I do have two one-to-ones to do this month, and I have to set them up. Is it this month? No, it's next month. It's beginning of next month that I've got to do it. So hopefully the person who's... How you doing, Club? You alright? I see you sneak in there. You snuck in down on that one. Okay. How you doing? Yeah, so I've got... Hopefully the person who comes in and out will get a chance to... In fact, no, I can do it manually anyway, so they're going to get a chance to. They're going to get a one-on-one. And they are going to get to a degree, demand my time. Which is what I've set up as basically the main perk on Patreon. And that will be done in the Ivory Despot voice chat room, which some of you are thinking, I'm on Discord, I don't see no Ivory Despot chat room. It's because it's the one and only thing that's paywalled. And that's because I had to link it to Patreon to get it so that when people use it, they can go thump. Yeah, one-on-ones basically on Discord. If you're a Patreon member, and I only have one tier because I only offer one perk really, and about once a quarter to either every 3 to 4 months, I sit down with each Patreon member that wishes to take part, and for an hour we talk about whatever the hell you want. Whatever you want. Whether it's gaming, modelling, world politics, it's whatever you want. You get an hour. I sit down and we go through. You talk. I talk. Obviously, if you're asking me a question, I've got to talk back. But yeah, it's a uninterrupted. You get an hour of my time to ask whatever you want, to speak about whatever you want, because I can't always get in. I mean, I plan as much as I do to try and get into the voice chats, and then it always seems to go left somewhere. So like the last one, I was going to do some soldering in there. I set it up. I started for about 6 minutes, and then the fumes were giving Sparkles a headache, so I had to stop doing the soldering, and end up coming out. So that one didn't go quite according to plan. I was going to do some like basic undercoating and dry brushing just while I'm in there, so people come and chat in the just standard one, and then little Laz wasn't well, so that got put to one side. Whereas the Patreon ones, I set a date, and I agree with it with Sparkles, so that if anything happens, Sparkles takes care of it during that time, and I spend time talking to you. Spaghetti and its uses in explosive world domination. First of all, good tangle trap, if you've softened it enough. Especially if you're fighting complete idiots who don't even know what you're doing. Or, and it's my more fun one, because technically spaghetti is quite a vicious thing if you do it right. And if you sharpen the ends and essentially get it into something that can propel it, you're going to have something that's just going to cause shards and just pepper someone like a shotgun. So spaghetti is a very good thing to use in essentially, yeah, if you just got packs of spaghetti and wrapped them around something like a claymore or a grenade, just imagine the shrapnel. And it'll be that odd. I think it'll be classified as psychological warfare, especially if you used it in Italy. Because they wouldn't know whether they're supposed to eat it or run away or various other things, because it's like one of their main dishes. But you could use spaghetti as shrapnel. Lee, you are in here. Aha! Ali wasn't going nuts, but I didn't see the name come up. No worries, mate. You have a great night. I'll let you know regarding the spare thing. Depending what happens with the new LEDs for this one. But I have ordered a spare Bluetooth thingy in case I have literally naffed this one up to the point where it can't be redone. There is a possibility I've burnt a chip, you see. And it's one of them ridiculously tiny ones that they just shouldn't be that small in the first place. Nothing should be that small in the first place. Especially if you're supposed to use heat and try and join it to a board. Okay, so now we have the lead guitarist who has big choppery thing, and obviously he's not stupid. He knows it needs some kind of amplifier. So he's got one attached. There's no wires going anywhere else into it, but it works. Don't ask. Some missiles, some more missiles, some propellant for the missiles. So again, he's got plenty of stabby and plenty of Dakar on him as well. Can't really say much else about the bassist. His bass is a buzzsaw with a flamethrower attached to it. You don't get much more. Yeah, that's just him. He's the friggin' nutter. Technically, probably the head of like all the technical stuff as well, because he looks more mech-like. But I do have the roadies to do as well. I've brought when me and Northern went to Element Games, I got a pack of Gretchen so I can make some roadies. I've got a couple of Gretchen, but it just wasn't enough, so I've got another pack of 10. So I've got them to build up yet, and the box to build so I can build the stage without having to worry about building the speaker first. Because I've got to take out all the LEDs and replace all the LEDs, because those are the ones that didn't seem to be working right, and I had a feeling that that's where most of the mess ups happened. So I've bought another set of 500 LEDs. At least these ones come in a little box. I'm wondering if I got Club's question right though. Like, were you actually asking me how to turn spaghetti into a explosive world domination weapon? Or were you wondering, was it more of a cooking question? That involves not too nice things happening internally to make it explosive that way. Who knows? I don't know. I just interpreted it. You want me to strap spaghetti to explosives as shrapnel. Don't ask how my head works. I'm not sure either. But apparently it does. It's just not quite how it's supposed to. They're going to give me amphetamines. I don't know what it's going to be like with me on amphetamines. Although I don't think they will at this rate, because they keep pestering me for a blood pressure thing, and I keep telling them to send me the blood pressure thing, and then they keep telling me, well, we need your blood pressure things. Well, can you send me one then? And they don't seem to get this basic concept of if I don't have a meter, the blood pressure thing to take my blood pressure, I can't give them the readings. So they are a bit dumb, these doctors. See, that's all he's done on his head, because the rest of it's all masked up. Pardon me. Now, the weapons, as per usual, will be the... Oh no, I can't. That's what I've done for the Khan weapons. I'm going to have to choose another colour for the weapons for these. Or the instruments, sorry. Because I can't do the greeny purple wash thing. Because that's what I've done for Khan. All my Khan stone weapons. I do believe that I may have found somewhere on eBay I can get an actual Angron. So Angry Run may end up turning into a Demon Prince. But I have also found somewhere on eBay I've got he's coming. Titus is coming. Not the rest of his crew, just Titus. I've got a Titus coming from eBay. Don't ask me why I've got a Titus coming from... I've just got a Titus coming from eBay. Fun model. Same as the Custode Caval. That type of thing. Something fun to paint that's a bit different. So when I tried to do a Wednesday, which this week failed miserably because lack of sleep meant I didn't get up till mother-in-law had arrived. And my mother-in-law has no sense of online awareness. She has no online awareness. So when I say I'm live talking to people, like I'm talking to all of you now, she doesn't I don't think she understands that I'm live on YouTube and the things she says go out live as well. So I can't really do live streams while my mother-in-law's here. For that reason. So that's why I didn't do anything at all this Wednesday, and I probably won't be doing next Wednesday either for the same reason. But hopefully the week after that, I actually get to start working on other models, which will more than likely be the World Eaters. Now, I've built 10 Berserkers, but I've still got 10 to build. I didn't think you'd want to sit there and watch me build 20 Berserkers all at once. So I've built 10, get an idea how to do it, get another 10. Boom. We're alright there, we're alright. Okay, so we have the green skinny skin bits done. We've got to find a colour for the squig at the front, which is going to be dark pink and then brushed over with lighter pinks. Pardon me. Pardon me. Really, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, people. I got this to hopefully help stop that, but it's not working. Which is a bit of a git. But, oh well. So we're going to start with Screamer Pink on the squig on the front. Twisted. It's good to have a variety of projects to work on. You like to yourself. That's why you grabbed a Kingdom Death model and David the Unmentionable Little Person. Yeah, I've got too many projects at the moment. I mean, I've got the actual stage down here next to me. I've got these orcs here. I've got all the corn stuff is here, and obviously the unopened box of corn berserkers. And that's not even going into the fact that I've got a half-painted Eldar army in the room behind me and a half-painted Imperial Guard in the room behind me. technically a half-painted World Eaters army down there as well. And then more stuff to put together. It does get a little bit out of control after a while. So I'm going to go for the pink. But then I might... how do I build it up? How do I build it up? I mean, I could, I suppose, get the 2 pinks. Because it's more orangey though, isn't it? So what I might have to do then is Wild Rider Red. Is this one open? Yeah. Excellent. So start with pink, and then pink and Wild Rider, and then pink and a little bit more Wild Rider, then Wild Rider, and then try and highlight afterwards. Why is this squid got to be such a pain in the bum? I don't know. But let's get the fleshy, skinny colour tones done first, and then we can start working on armours and other things. I've got a fair few metallics that are going to need to be put onto it. Some stone type colours as well. I'm going to need a little bit more pink than that actually, because I've got to mix it as well, haven't I, afterwards. Use your head, lads, use your head. You are supposed to have one after all. Might not work right, but you're still supposed to have one. And then we'll take it from pink and work it up through Wild Rider Red. Hopefully. And that's going to be for Squiggy here. Because that is the kick drum. And what else would an Ork kick? If it's not a Gretchen, it's got to be a Squig. Because he's got to kick it and he's got to go Bruh! And that's his kick drum. If he misses, that's when he actually gets the sound of a real kick drum. It's just when he doesn't, he gets a squid going Bruh! Oh, is that a better colour? Is that pink? No, that's pink horror. Go away, pink horror. We don't really want pink horror. We want it ready orangey it. But we want the dark pink underneath for the depth of colour. Oh, that's a new one for me. Depth of colour. I don't usually do that, do I? It's usually just slap, 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 boom, 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 done. You're not supposed to be going beep, 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 beep. Why are you going beep, 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 beep? Why are you going beep, beep? No, I didn't want to do that, you blithering idiot. No, none of it's any good. Right. Just checking it wasn't any of you posting stuff or doing something. So that's what I need to check on. Because sometimes you post stuff for me and I do like to see it. It's just that I'm not aware of it while I'm midstream unless I have my phone to hand. Which I know sounds really, really weird because I've got a PC sat in front of me. But it goes off into stream mode when I've got this up. So it becomes something else. Or at least doesn't notify me of stuff when... I mean, I can turn streamer mode off, but then all the stuff starts going nuts and you can hear it. Twisted, you are getting the camera ready and the airbrush set up for some more fluorescents. Those fluorescents are working well. Those UV paints and those fluorescents, they've got a very... I like that effect. Especially the Eldar Galaxy Cloak thing. That's looking pretty damn good. So we need to find out how many points me and Northern are going to play to. See if I can take camera equipment in with me. Basic camera equipment, I'm not going too nuts. But take some camera equipment with me. And then hopefully have a game. Now, I have no idea what Army Northern's going to take. And obviously Northern has absolutely no freaking clue what I'm going to take because I've got multiple. He might think, right, he'll take his Space Marines. Or his Tyranids. Or his Imperial Guard. Or his Eldar. Or his... Yeah, it gets confusing by that point, doesn't it? So I am looking forward to... I'm looking forward to... We're going to have a game. Gonna have a game. I'm probably going to lose, but we're going to have a game. In Americas, and I'm beginning to wonder why. Oh, I've got that in my head now. There's a specific song I've now got in my head by Fleetwood Mac. And it's not the one where they're having an argument. I pick 2 units. That's not necessarily a good thing to say. Do they have to be from the same army? Can I bring a Baneblade and a Norn Emissary? It's 2 units. You probably need your small Space Marine force to take it on. But it's only 2 units. A Baneblade and a Norn Emissary. So can I take that as 2 units? Would that be acceptable? Or is that going, Lars, no, you're taking the piss there, mate? I know full well what the answer is. It's Lars, you're taking the piss there, mate. That's what that is. But two units for a single faction? Does that include HQ characters? Or are you allowed a unit with a character and that counts as 1? Even better way, Northern. Northern, pick a points value. I'll build 2 forces. You pick whichever one you want to play as. How about that? So I'll bring both armies. You just pick a points value. And then I'll do the rest. That might be. You've got Ragnar. You've got Ragnar Blackmane. So you've got a character. You just need some like blood claws or something for him to go with, because otherwise he's going to get shot off the board quite quickly. Because characters aren't that great on their own, but if you can get them with the right unit, they're pretty goddamn. 9,100. I can only field 1 army at that. I mean, if I did a very, very quick, no, I can sort it out afterwards, spray over some of my Space Marine stuff, I could probably field 2. But I'll be pushing it. But 9,001, yeah, I could do at least 1 army out of that. I've got about 14,000 points of Space Marines. And then whatever I've got in World Eaters, if I just give them a quick, the ones that I'm not using, a quick red spray over the top and go, they're World Eaters now. Should work. Lots of Terminators, lots of Khorne Berserkers. Oh, that's what you meant by 2 units is me bring two armies and you pick one. Right, fair enough. But I could play at 9,000 points. It's just going to take us friggin' ages to deploy, because that's like 1,800 in total. And that's a lot of units, even if we just go, right, okay, you're playing all first company, so you've got all my Terminators and all my Dreadnoughts and all my Stern Guard and all my Vanguard. Pardon me, then Blade Guard veterans and Judiciars and Chaplains and blah 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 blah. And then go, right, what am I not using out of the Space Marines, which by that point would probably just be Intercessors and Assault Intercessors, and just go, right, they're all Berserkers now. Yeah. I've got a good solid 10k Space Marine army. So that's taking uh, one of each dreadnought, a repulsor just to make sure I've got a transport, or land raider just to make sure I've got more transports. Load it out in Terminators and Gravis, and yeah, there's very few infantry units I can't field or proxy. So if you're using the Centurion Devastators, I can't use them as Assault Centurions. I've only got 3 physical models for that. But you can use it as... They've got 2 las cannons attached, so you've probably got to use them as Centurion Devastators. But then you've got the 2 Devastator squads to go with it as well, and my 2 Desolation squads to go with them. Then you've got the 6 Tactical squads and rough equivalent again in Intercessors, and then about another 5 Assault Intercessor squads, plus 3 5-man Assault Intercessors with jump packs, which are essentially the old Assault squads, but well, that's what you count them as now. The idea, Francois, is I'm going to have 1,000 Space Marines eventually, and it's going to be my own full chapter. I'm almost there. Well, almost halfway there. I've got 400 and nearly 500. I'd probably have 500 if I stopped chopping them up to make other things. But yeah, I have good close to damn near close to 500 Space Marine models, not including vehicles. And that just gets confusing after a while. Right. But that's the whole point. That's why all my Space Marine chapter is blue shoulder pads, black armour, silver trim. This is my Space Marine army. It's not one of Games Workshop's little trumped up successor chapters. They said this... Well, when I did it, Salamanders didn't have any successor chapters. So I thought, I'm going to be a Salamander one. And then they go and make some Salamander successors because they're wankers. But yeah, I did them as Salamander successors. Because I like Salamanders. They're big huggy ones with red eyes. Big huggy Space Marines that have red eyes. Yeah, they should. But that means I've got to buy a crap load of impulsors and repulsors, and I'm going to have to lay heavily into hardware into like repulsor executioners, which will have a 2-man crew because one's driving and one's manning the pintle gun, or the turret gun. So there's a lot of extra Marines that can get taken up. So if I was to do that, then there's 2 in the repulsor, sorry. There's 1 driving both the impulsors. There's technically, I know this sounds a bit daft, but there's technically a Marine in there that's piloting Lavarus. So he doesn't just go in general rampages, he's at least pointed in a rough right direction. So he does have a Space Marine in there. I've just had to cover it up because he was too big. Well, it wasn't a Space Marine actually, it was just a dude with a torso and a face. So I've covered it up. I could always cut it back out again and then put a Space Marine torso in there if I wished. But for now I've just covered it up with a bit of foam core. It works. So technically there'll be 1 in him, and then 1 in the Brutalis, and then 1 in the standard Redemptor Dreadnought, and then 1 in each of the box Dreadnoughts as well, which I am still tempted to turn into Hellbrutes because they're about the right size, and I could do with some... Seeing as I've decided now to no longer have the Combat Patrol magazine, I will not be getting a Mauler Fiend. So a couple more Hellbrutes is not a bad thing, but that does mean that then I'll lose 2 Dreadnoughts from the Space Marines. And this is where the problem arises, because as I start taking from the Space Marines or converting to other armies, I lose numbers in Space Marines. Which is not good, especially when you're trying to get to 1,000. Obviously, I mean, a thousand physical models as opposed to... I mean, I already own 1,000 physical models. They're just not all Space Marines. I mean, I've got a couple of hundred just going off Imperial Guard and Eldar, and Tyranids, he gets to another 100 or so. And then I've got Orks on top of that. And then I've got at least another, 50 or so World Eaters at the moment. Then they soon mount up. Just quantities soon mount up quite quickly. I've never done a physical model count. That's because I would need to rebuild my Orks first. And that'll probably happen round about 11th edition. Because that's supposed to be the antagonist group in 11th starter box set. So yes, I get more Space Marines. That's how I'm going to get them. Chuckling Dark Angels. Although I have 1,000 Marines, there is only 8 companies. So Company 8 is the Scout Company. Company 1 is obviously the first company. Second company is mostly Gravis. Third company is kind of Raven Wing-esque. It's the bikes and the fast stuff. And then 4th, 5th, 6th and 7th are essentially the Green Wing. They're the standards where all the intercessors and assault intercessors and stuff go. I have more than enough captains to fill them all up though, so I'm not too bad. I think I have about 12 captains or 13 captains, which is why some of them are getting chopped up into making extra Terminators. Because it's mostly Terminator captains that I've got spares. I think I've got about 7 Terminator captains. And now we have, see, Mr. Squig. Mr. Squig. I like Squig. See, I enjoyed doing the Tyranids to begin with, and then when the numbers just started getting more and more and more and more, I mean 60 Gaunts is way too much. You don't need 60 Termagants or Neuragaunts, which I think got 22 of those, so there's 82, and I've already counted Gaunts. I've not even done the Von Rhein's Leapers or the Barb Gaunts or none of that stuff. That's just the little shit. Don't care about that. No, extra Terminators. I've already got captains. I've already got Terminator captains. I just need extra Terminator sergeants. So I've got a box up here somewhere with Power Fists in. So I just kind of take the Stormbolter off, change his hand, and then put the Power Fist on, and all of a sudden he's a normal Terminator with a cloak. And ta-da, I've got another Unit 5 then. 200 Gaunts minimum. But I'm not running a full Gaunt army because I've got 3 Psychophages and 2 Screamer Killers and 2 Norns and 3 Hive... Well, a Neuro Tyrant, a Winged Hive Tyrant and a normal Hive Tyrant. I've got to convert all my Winged Primes into Warriors. What else? We've got Parasite of Mortrex. Yeah, he doesn't help. A Neurolictor, he's fun. Load of Von Rhein's Leapers as well. So it's kind of like a big mixed bag of an invasion fleet. And then throw all that at it. So you might, if you've got enough anti-infantry stuff, yay, you got to take the Gaunts out, but you're not going to touch the big stuff. And if you've gone for all big stuff, then the Gaunts are going to swarm you. I'm not daft. Well, I am daft, but I do put some thought process into it, especially when I'm building from starter sets and cheaper alternatives to buying brand new from Games Workshop. I'll never get apocalyptic nids with that. No, I won't. I won't. My intention was to stop at 2,000 points with nids, really. With a few extras just to make sure I can chop and change and have choices. I like to have choices, but Space Marines is going to be my only big army. He says that. I've got, 6 or 7 Lehman Russes and my Baneblade to go with all my infantry for my guard. So that's a reasonable force as well. And then I've got 15 bikes and 15 wraiths, little wraiths, to go with me Eldar. So that's not exactly a small, a little one really either, because some of them are coming launching at you and some of them are just pondering up. So that's a different thing, not to mention the Dire Avengers that are coming in the middle. So it's a bit of a weird one. But I don't intend to have an apocalyptic style Tyranids. I want them to lose to the Space Marines. The Space Marines are my number 1, number 2 force. Orcs are my favourite force. I've still got to paint the Stomper for them, which is like 800 and odd points just there on its own. Never mind putting Gazgul Thraka in there, or my version of him. And then all the 3 carts that I've got. And I think I've got about 30 knobs. That sounded wrong, but you know what I mean. And then what else have I got? Yeah, I have got. I've lost track of the amount of boys that I've got. At one point, I could field 120, but I don't think I can anymore, just because they've added their own little mini wire in the tub, and I think some of them are broken. But at one point I could field 120 orcs. That was fun. Oh, you got the Combat Patrol magazine for the Votan. Who ended up with my Votan? Oh, EB ended up with my Votan. Because he wanted to start leading Votan as well, and he was struggling to get hold of some of the stuff. I just happened to get the Combat Patrol Like Yourself Club. And I never wanted to collect Leagues of Votan. Same as I don't want to get the Gene Stealer Cults. I've got the Gene Stealer Cults with everything except for the Atellan Jackals. I don't have those. Other than that, I've got the rest of the Gene Stealer Cult Combat Patrol that I'm never going to touch now. So they're just sat there in a box. Yeah, the Votan got sent off to EB. Oh, that's something I could bring the Gene Stealer. I haven't even thought of that. I haven't even got the rules for them. I could bring Gene Stealer Cults if it's a small enough army or a small enough battle. Or I should just go 2 units and go, right, there's a Lehman Russ Commander, there's a Baneblade, and the other side's got 2 Norns. Let's see who wins. It's got to be the tanks in it. They've got to blow the hell out of them from across the board. Because they're going to deploy right on the back line and use that range. Force the big monster bugs to come chase them. Let's get all the yellow armor plates up. And this is also the reason why I can't carry on. I do. You're talking to the wrong one there, Graham. I have no authority when it comes to those. I don't know if Sparkles is paying attention.
I can't see what he's saying. I mean the other one.
Just need some cats.
It does need some.
Apparently I do need some cats. It's not that I've already got 12 of them over there ready set up for D&D. No, that doesn't matter. So along with the magical world characters, I do actually have 12 cat characters from Cats and Catacombs as well. So that's another set of Dungeons and Dragons anthropomorphic characters that I have. I do seem to have a few normal ones, but not as many as I have. Essentially, if anyone doesn't know me, they'll think I was a furry. those people who do know me realise I don't paint them for me. I paint them for Sparkles. Because she likes cats. She's a crazy cat lady. Yes, I'm marrying a crazy cat lady. I'm well aware of what I'm getting myself into, don't worry. So we have green skin and now yellowy bits. But just to make sure... Oh, actually, for those who have been interested and haven't been paying attention, I believe it's is it the 32mm cats now, Graham, that are up and available on Rogues Den Hobbies? In a couple of little bundles. Potentially, I believe. Again, I'm not sponsored by this. It's just Graham's my mate, so why the hell wouldn't I? If you do buy things and use my code LAS10, then I don't actually get money. I just end up with models. Yeah, it's weird, I know, but I have a discount code that helps me get models. I am not a closet furry. Yeah, you've not been having a good time with the online thing, have you, Twisted? And I always miss Francoise. I am subscribed, I just always miss them. Well, not always. I think I've caught about 2 or 3. But only briefly in between being shouted, Dad! Or having to go to bed. So, oh yeah, I've started with Avalon Sunset, by the way. Just because it's a darker yellow, and then I'm going to move up to the Golden Bright. For more of a highlighty colour. Does help if I tell you what paint I'm using, doesn't it? Makes me not look like as much of a blithering idiot as I actually am. And that's all leather, that's all leather. Don't like the shape of that little bag thing there. I know I've caught at least one. I think I've caught a couple. It's just, yeah. My timings aren't always the greatest for when I get to sit down and watch things. So, by the time I come down to sit down and watch things, no bugger's live. So he's like, so okay then. I'll go watch that instead. Right, he hasn't got shoulder pads because he's the bassist and he's dead hard. Come on, he's the only one that has his own power supply built into his head. Dun dun dun. Ba da 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 dee 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 boop boop da 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 dee da 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 dum. Shadabba dee dabba dee doo boo dee doo boo dee doo boo dee doo. Not very art rock bandy, is it? Oh well. Feeling slightly more whimsical today, which I tend to on Thursdays is kind of like, ooh, I'm nearly at the weekend. So I get a little bit happier and a little bit, yay. See, I know, yeah, see, haha, I did. It is noticed, it's just, I don't get to sit down and watch as many as I would like. But then again, I don't think anyone gets to sit down and do as much as they would like on a lot of things. So I'm not the only one, I know that much. But I need to go back and bookmark Graham's video because he basically tells me how to paint world eaters without telling me how to paint world eaters. Ah, right. So yeah, it is the time. It's the times essentially. 2 ships type of, and because I'm not usually up mornings because of tablets, doesn't happen. Doesn't happen. Right. So there's all his flash kits yellow bits painted. These are going to be red. Buzzard, hey up, mate. Hey up. You alright, fella? Good to see you in. Thank you. Yes, club. In fact, while I'm just waiting for those things to dry. Where is it? No. Audio input cap, no. Collab cam, no. Oh, this is going to be one of them really awkward ones, isn't it? Window capture. Let's turn it off for now. While we go find Rogues Den Hobbies, let's have a look at the kitty cats. Oguesden. Rogues Den. Oh no, he put the hobbies in for me. Okay, fair enough. Right, feline miniatures, 32mm collection. Oh, look at them all. Right. Okay. Window capture. Properties, please. No. Properties, please. Is it that one? No. There it is. Done. Boom! Look at that. So, do not enter my email address, because that's a silly thing to do on the internet, isn't it? So you have the complete cat collection. Now this is a lot of kitty cats. A lot of kitty cats, okay? So there's some of them, like the little sphinxy one sat there on his pillow, and there's one with a ball of twine on a box, and there's one climbing a tree, and there's another one with his scratchy post. Like, there's the full, all of them. Some of them have bowls in, some of them are in boxes, some of them are pillows. There's 2 of them supposed to be fighting somewhere, but I can't tell which 2 those are supposed to be. And that's just that's the main collection. That's 120 quid. All the cats are 32mm. Every single one. There's like 87 of them, all with 32mm bases. But you do get like pedigree cats collection, 75 quid for this one, and this is a smaller collection, but it's more the pedigree. So you're gonna get the Persians, you're gonna get the bobtails, you're gonna get the Scottish folds, the Abyssinians, things like that. 54 of them, so it's not quite the full set, but there's a lot of them. A domestic cat collection, which has got some of the fun ones on it. Let's go to this one. And this has got, there's one of the fighty ones, and there's the other fighty one. So these 2 are the fighty ones. And then you've got others that are doing, like ones that are drinking out of taps, ones that are drinking out of bowls. Some that are cleaning themselves, some that are doing weird, just cat things. But if you don't want complete collections, which I understand most people don't, you can get a surprise figure. So it's just one of them, and I don't think you actually get to. I don't think you pick it. Additional feline character. Yeah, it's just one of the cats. Individually, £3.49, which isn't bad if you want a specific cat. So if you want something that looks like your cat, so there you go. Pouncing house cat miniature. It's just pretty much standard house cat that a lot of people have something that looks like, whether it's brown, tortoise shell, whatever type you have. But you do have then the pairs. So if you've got a sphinx, it's $5.99 pair of sphinxes. Nice. Singapura, Siberian, Siamese, Turkish Angoras, Savannahs. As I said, I knew there was Scottish folds in there somewhere. A couple of little I like them. They're like little pudgy, cute little cats. I like Scottish folds. Savannahs, Russian blues, ragdolls, Aussie cats, Oriental short hairs, Persians, ragamuffins. There's 4 pages of cats, so you're getting the idea. There's a lot, and now because they're all going into pairs, so you got Norwegians and the Manxes and the Maine Coons and the British short hairs and the American short hairs and the curl hairs. Lots of different. If you've got a cat, there is a cat on there to represent your cat. And if you, there you go. As I said, 2 domestic cats fighting. As a base goes, £3.49. That is a bargain. But there's lots of fun things in there. Lots and lots of fun ones in there. Right, anyway, stop getting distracted. Stop getting distracted. Where did I get up to? I was saying hello to Beaky. That's fine. 88. Okay, so there's 88. I am not typing 3D printed Catgirl model into the internet. No, I'm going to get put on a register. I'll end up getting put on a register if I type that into the internet. No, thank you. See? There you go, Graham. A little bit of troubleshooting. A little bit of proofreading for you. Please go right ahead. Change anything that's not quite right in there. But yeah, Graham's got Rogues and Hobbies, which has got all the wonderful things in. Which I should go to this page and go to this page and go to this page and then go to there and then go to bum and copy it and that ba dee dee dum bum ba dee 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 dum beep beep bam bam ba dee dee dum dum bam bam. This is just so I can post a link. All I'm doing is post a link. It's not like I'm doing anything. So if you do want to have a look at them, and for some reason I don't know why you can't find Rogues Den Hobbies, there is the links and it'll take you direct to the cats. But they've also got the Space Bears on there and all your D&D stuff and the Space Dwarves and lots of stuff for one-page rules, which can proxy into Warhammer. Pardon me. In fact, I'm going to pin that. There we go. That sorts that out. Close all them because they take up resources. They take up lots of resources. Right, yellows. And I don't like Coldplay before anyone even thinks about that. Coldplay can go. Yeah. They can just become Cold Corpse instead. Don't like Coldplay. Chris Knobjockey or whatever the fuck he's called. Proper pretentious prick. And I should know I'm a pretentious prick. Well, I might not be as pretentious, but I'm definitely a prick. Or an arsehole. Or I'm a dickhead. I'm one of them. It may even be a combination of a couple. But either way, I'm not as bad as him. Oh, this isn't moving around very well. Ah, shit. Don't mess up. I've got to put Koalia Godshade over your skin yet, mate. Don't start getting all uppity and douche on me. He's getting a bit up his own self here, isn't he? And I'm beginning to wonder why. And yeah, I've got Songbird by Fleetwood Mac stuck in my head. Has been for days. Which is way too long, really. It shouldn't be stuck in my head that long. But I've not drove it out with my usual get rid of everything in my head song. Or music, which is the Harry Potter theme tune. Or at least the first part of it. Oh, he's got a big plate on his back. I don't have to paint his back green. Because I would have missed all that if I did. I have missed a green bit. Bollocks! You useless git. Can't even paint bleeding green right. You do green skins and you can't even do green. Boss is going to get right onto you. See, essentially I've missed this little green section out here underneath his arm. That's it. That's all I've missed out. It's not a great big mess up, but I've still missed the green section under his arm. So back to the Death Guard green. Oh, that was weird. Thought Sparkles was in the kitchen then, and then turned around and she's laying on the settee, and then, but I'm still hearing noises from the kitchen, and it just completely threw my head off. I'm sure Francois is trying to get me banned from YouTube to make me search up silly things, you know. Are you trying to get me banned, mate? 3D printed Catgirl model. Pfft. YouTube will be on me like a fucking fly on shit. And he does have two big face plates coming down the side of his face as well. I know it's weird. I'm doing 40k orcs using AOS Oryx and a Blood Bowl and a Blood Bowl orc. But I think they work. I think they work. I could be completely wrong, and everyone's going, no, you should not have used those models. You should have got different bits and different models and different people. That's fine. You can have your opinion. I decided to choose going this way just because the brute orcs were big. And they had a box of them in CEX near me for cheap. I think they've still got a box of Outriders in there actually, and a few other models and stuff. So none of it actually any use to me. I mean, I suppose the 3 Outriders could be just so I could do 3 sets of 3, but I'd rather run 1 set of 6 with the. Oh no, because I've got 2 bike chaplains. I've got 2 bike chaplains, so I do need 2 sets of 3 just to run with each chaplain. And then I could do with another one because I do have a proxy captain on a bike as well. I could do with another set of 3 bikers. But I have the old style bikers, which if we just put them on bigger bases, they can act as Outriders. Slightly different bikes, that's all. So we have lots of yellow. Yeah, that's what I thought. I was having this conversation with Northern, and on the AOS starter kit where you've got Celestine and then, not Celestine, whatever that big winged woman was, but you also got 3 of the winged guys with spears, and I wanted to nick the wings off them from the Vanguard veterans, and then I realised you only get 3 in the box, and I need 5 pairs for the Vanguard veterans. And I wasn't buying 2 boxes just so I can have wings. So that ended up going out the window a little bit. The idea is still there, it's just I need to be able to find a more cost-effective way to get the wings. If I can find a cost-effective way of getting the wings, then I might actually run that and do that modification. But until I can actually get them, they're just going to have to stick with the standard jump packs for now. My cat's shouting at my children. Apparently they wasn't paying attention. And my cat has got attitude. Well, Sparkles, his cat, has got attitude. I'm just the one who feeds her. Nothing special. I'm just the one that does the food. So I don't get shouted at unless I move towards the kitchen. That's because my eldest looked at her and didn't immediately walk over and stroke her. So she got shouted at. It's what I get every time I go into the kitchen and go, if don't go anywhere near the food bowl, I'll hear that noise from the food bowl, as if to say, why are you not putting more in? You came in here past it, or at least close enough to be in the same room as my food bowl, so why aren't you filling it up? Pardon me. And that's my cat's opinion on pretty much most things. I know, how dare she? The cheek! Not stroking the cat. Especially since they're the same age. But grew up together. More sister than pet. Although she does stay the hell away from Mini Laz. Can't really complain there though, because she was old when he came around and... Yeah, well, he was a kid. He saw tail and thought, ooh, grab. Which obviously you can imagine an old cat not being too happy with. But she was good enough to know not to claw him, but she just stayed the hell away instead. And she still does now to a degree. She certainly doesn't shout at him for anything or expect him to do anything for her. Which is good for him, I suppose. Oh, that's something else, right? Okay. See, this is why I need to beep and turn my beeps off. Otherwise, they distract me. So I can't wear headphones unless I've got a guest up, because even my own voice distracts me. I was having this discussion with Northern on Friday. You can tell the difference when I put my headphones on because I just lose the ability to speak like a normal person. It's the youngest of Fave now. I don't think Mini Laz is ever gonna be Kitty Cat's fave because she's in that stage now where it's look, just cuddle me, coddle me, or leave me the fuck alone unless I want you. And she very rarely wants anything except for feeding, cuddling, and coddling. And he's not very good at it because he moves too much. And she wants you to sit there completely still while she sits on your knee and goes to sleep. Sparkles calls it being cat trapped. Oh, greens and yellows, greens and yellows. Ah, my stomach's not feeling great. Let's get these greens and yellows done. And I'll see how I feel after that. I mean, it might be this milk drink that's sitting on a bit heavier than I thought it was going to. See, I thought it was going to help me. It apparently is not. See, Sparkles has just moved. The cat's now like, where are you going? How dare you? And now she's got to chase her to the food place. Because I'm sat here. I think I've had my cat on... Yeah, my cat used to come up on streams very, very early on occasionally. When she was able to actually jump up onto the chair. Now that she's too old to actually get on the chair. No, she doesn't come up on streams anymore. I bet. So, what do you think you're touching that for? I'm the only person who's allowed to mess around with that. Get off it, you silly human. You're not my human, and only my human can touch it. So, no Nad Norbert, get off. And even if he had Nads, I'm pretty sure Aminette was going to remove them if he didn't do what she wanted. So, no Nad Norbert. Just because Aminette was going to go on the rampage and find the swing balls to play with. Why wouldn't she? Hey, Aminette. No, Princess Aminette. Right, yeah. I have to remember Cathra was the boy, Aminette's the girl. I think. Did I get that right? Poor Cathra, but Aminette's there. To cause chaos and havoc. Right, so we're getting the band sort of up there, aren't we? Certainly getting colour defined on them where they are and where things should be, so it's a little bit easier to see them now rather than just being a mass of black and grey. Pardon me, so sorry. Ooh, some fat yarn in a box. Yeah. And I did get it right. It is Princess Aminette. Right, okay. I mean, you would expect it at least after this amount of time that I actually do get that right. But, as I say in my own defence, I've got a memory worse than a goldfish. At least a goldfish doesn't bang its head into the glass. I'd forget that and still bang my head into it. Even after doing it for the 48th time. Oh, right, yeah. Milk drink, bad idea. Should not have done that. Bit late now, because I've pretty much finished it. So whatever effect it's going to have, it's going to have. And I don't particularly think you all wish to listen to me making not nice noises. So let's finish this yellow, and I've been going an hour and a half, which is not as long as I wanted to, but again, I don't particularly wish to be continuing if I'm making not nice noises, because as my sound quality has now gone up, so's its ability to pick those up. Bit of a double-edged sword. So just for a point, don't abuse paracetamol, people. It doesn't help your internal systems. It messes up your stomach. Learnt lesson, hard way when I was younger. So now we have the base colours for the Ork band, which, as they are flash kits, it is yellow. He's going to be the only one with that bit being yellow. The rest of them are going to have it white, I think. Not white, red. Because it is going to be their Ork stage. So the red and yellow design is going to be around these as well. So there is going to be red and yellow. Actually on the models themselves. So in this case, this big section here is probably going to be red. Same with on the drummer. Not too sure where I'm going to get away with red on the singer. I might end up try and make this a bit of a glowy red thing. Joey! Any news, mate? Any news on timescales coming over? You spoke to Alan yet? Has Alan actually got a passport? You know, things like that. Basic things that might come useful to me. Oh, pardon me. Right, no, I'm not burping down this thing all night fucking long. It's not fair on you. It's bloody disgusting to hear. Not happy. So, Joey, since you have turned up, thank you very much, mate. Not feeling too great. I'm going to knock it off just so I can clear this without all you lot having to hear it as well. So since I'm bringing it down to the end, and we know I can't close these things off very easily because I'm useless at it. What should I say? What should I do? How should I go about this? Well, at the moment, Wednesdays are not happening just in general. So you've got to wait till May. Right, okay, Joey. No problem. Just so I've got timescales in my head. I'll keep you provisionally put down for numbers-wise, but we'll find out definitely in May. Oh, yeah. Perfect. Right, how do I shut this down? How do I end a stream? It's not like I've been doing it for 4 years. I think we should have an idea how to do this, apart from just going, please drive safe, bye. It's not how it works. Not that great a way of doing it. So tonight we have done the green, the yellow, and we've managed to get the squig face done, which I'm actually quite happy with. The squig face. He's night, Graham. Night, and thank you, Buzzard. Thank you. I'm happy with the squig face. The band's looking together. I've got ideas on how I'm going to start planning the stage for next week. So I'm going to build essentially a proxy box for the Bluetooth speaker. Put that on and then build round it and then remove the proxy box. During that time as well, I also have, as I said, I have bought an absolute crap ton of LEDs. Now I have 100 of each and I only need 132. So I have an idea. I might just do blue and green. Rather than do the three colours, the blue, red and green, that it wanted me to do, I might just do blue and green. Or yellow. Basically just pick two colours and have that going off behind this chap. And obviously if he's yellow and red, then I'd like colours that'll stand out a little bit more and not clash with him too much. Don't know if they're actually white. They look white. Light emitted diode. Joey, give me an easy, give me a hard one. LEDs light emitting diode. I'm a freaking geek, mate. Am I growing my hair out for the... Am I buggery growing my hair out for the wedding? I'll be like this. At best, this would be longer. So, I don't know if you actually see, very marginally, there is hair on this section here. That might be a bit longer. Other than that, nah. Balls are... Fact, I know what I'll get. Very similar, different... Oh no, I don't know where the picture is, do we? We've lost the picture. Yeah. There is a picture with me in a suit with pretty much how I will look, except for the colour of the suit. What does a NAND do? Right. HTML hypertext. Hypertext media link. I believe. I might be getting the media wrong. No, we can't watch Minority Report. The other one, as long as you just go out of the way, yeah. What about UNICEF? UNICEF can go get fucked. You got to, Graham. My brain's turned off, mate. What does a NAND do? Come on, tell me. Colours for the wedding are. Markup language. Okay, so it's hypertext markup language. Fair enough. I'll learn something new. Colours for the wedding are burgundy. Bridesmaids in burgundy. Bridesmaids are in burgundy. I'm in grey. Well, I'm in light grey. Bridesmaids are in burgundy. Obviously, everyone else will be tied in with burgundies and pinks and stuff. So, yeah, grey, burgundy and pink is what the bridal party will be wearing. So, if you want to wear a nice navy suit or something, or I don't know what you want. Just come dressed smart, please. Don't come in like paint-stained jeans and a wife beater. Pretty simple. Have I ever visited Luxembourg? No, I haven't. Joey, you're just trying to keep this stream going. I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing. I knows it. I knows it. You've got to look for a satin all burgundy suit with a Cavs hat. Really? Really? In fact, you could probably get an all burgundy suit for about £275 from a shop 400 feet away from where I'm getting married. Essentially what I did at my friend's wedding, and ran down there, got a suit, and then ran over to his wedding after I got changed. It was crazy. So, right, for next week, Monday, not got a bloody clue what I'm doing. It's models I'm using. It's probably going to end up being removing all the lights from here and then replacing them with the other lights that I've just bought. Wednesday, no stream because mother-in-law and appointments. Thursday, hopefully I'm feeling better than this. I should imagine I am. How much wood can a woodchuck chuck wood? The answer to that is a fucking lot. Because if he is a woodchuck and he's chucking wood, how much wood could he chuck? He could chuck a lot. You might have to wear the suit over here on the plate. I mean, I'm not saying you have to wear a suit. Just like, if you are to, please at least in the smart casual range. If you just want to turn up in the evening, if you want to turn up for the thinking, please be smart. I mean, you don't have to go full 3-piece suit with waistcoats, jacket. You don't have to go quite that far. I mean, obviously I am, but I'm going to be stood in front of every fucker, so I kind of need to. But everybody else is just smart, really, but not too much. From the middle to the end times 2, Graham. Come on, you're a mathematician. You know this stuff. If you want to work out the full length of something, you find out the half length and time it by 2, especially if you don't know the full. You're going to send me a message in Facebook. This is going to go pa-bing in a minute, isn't it? Oh, well. You're going to go cravat and ruffles and... Look, if you want to wear that, up to you, mate. Up to you. You do you, boo. But my friends have a sense of humour. They will be taking the piss out of you all night long. Some of it not always going to be... I mean, it's not going to be nasty, by British standards, but some of them might be a bit cutting by American standards. is that a good way of putting it? Yeah, that's probably the best way I can put it. It'll be fine by British standards, but you might be thinking, fuck, he doesn't like me. And it's not they don't like, they're just taking the piss out of what you're wearing. And they will. They will definitely. Anyway, that's sidetracking onto my wedding, and that's not to do with the channel as such. I mean, I talk about it a lot on the channel, but it's not going to be broadcast on the channel, let's put it that way. So, yeah. Stage next week, next Thursday, as well as a bit more of the colour on these, because I need to plan more. I planned the magical world, and I didn't plan this. Yeah, I know. I'm aware that there's going to be a small group of people that are going to be referring to me as Laz all night long, and that is going to confuse everybody else in the room. So don't worry about that, Joey. That's an entirely separate thing that we've not even thought about getting around. That there's going to be a section of people that don't refer to me as either my family name, or which I have a family nickname, of course, or my birth name, and they're all going to be calling me Laz instead. And there's going to be sections of my family and Sparkles' family who've got no idea who Laz is. Not got a clue. So you're going to say, yeah, I'm here with Laz. And they're going to say, who's that? And then you're going to point at me. And then they're going to be even more confused. It's going to be weird. So, yeah, next week, no idea what I'm doing on Monday. Probably more soldering. I'm trying to not bog it down with electronics if I can do it. But the electronics need doing, so I've got to do eventually. Mock up the size of the Bluetooth speaker box so I can build the stage around it. And then that will be the thank you, Joey. I can actually open that without doing that. Yeah, by the looks of that, I'm going to wait until I'm off air to look at it. Certain things I'm not quite... I mean, yeah, that is weird. I'll do some things online that I probably shouldn't, but there's some things online that I won't do. Just in case. Especially when people send me stuff and it's a video. And he's got woodchucks in it. And that just sounds rude to me anyway, so... Right, at that point, no. Do it the proper way. Thank you very much, everyone. Please enjoy the rest of your evenings and your weekends, as I won't see you now till Monday. Drive safely. Don't do too many drugs over the weekend. Just in case. You never know. You might be able to handle them for now, but if you do too many, it could spoil your weekend. Other than that, yeah, drive safe. I will see you on Monday, and thank you very much.